While many might be distracted with the premiere of Star Trek Picard Season 2 yesterday, a new episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 4 also dropped. This time we're finally learning more about the mysterious species 10C, and perhaps exploring their original home planet. This episode really pushed the frontier in my opinion, as it's exploring a strange new world, one that is slightly freaky. To be honest, this whole episode was a little freaky in some sense, especially Mr. Su's sense of the coming of death. Spoiler warning, we'll be discussing and delving deep into the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 4. You have been warned. Welcome to Trek Central, I'm your host Captain Jack, and let's get into it. Small disclaimer, we're recording both Picard and Discovery views in the same day, hence why I'm wearing the same shirt, for those who are going to comment it. Episode 11 is titled Rosetta, and is written by Terry Hughes Burton, while being directed by both Jeff Bird and Jen McGowan. The plot revolves around a mysterious planet located in last week's episode. Captain Burnham leads an away mission to the planet that was once home to species 10C. All while Book and Tarka secretly board the USS Discovery in an attempt to piggyback the mission. Like usual, before we do dive into the video, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can also follow us on social media for daily updates on the Star Trek universe. As always, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, because if you are talking about Star Trek, then we want to hear about it. Okay, engage. This episode of Star Trek Discovery knocked it out of the park personally for me. The whole exploring a strange new world that was so alien for a change was actually super exciting. Typically the worlds we visit in Star Trek are either humanoid world, sand, or your typical M-class planets. So seeing something that was totally outside the box for a change really impressed me. The whole VFX detail was really great. This is something Season 4 of Discovery is doing a superb job. Probably due to the AR wall technology they're utilising for this season, but every alien environment just seems so amazing, and it's really pushing the boundaries of what we can see and explore in Star Trek. I've previously made the comparison before, but this mysterious world that species 10C seem to live on has massive similarities with that of the Flood parasite species from that of the Halo video game franchise. For bioplants and such, it looks so creepy and alien-esque. I was honestly really impressed by the similarity. Let's talk about the hallucinations that Discovery's away team experienced while visiting the unknown planet. At first, I thought this was going to be giving us a hint at who species 10C are, and what they actually look like. I mean, we might have even got that via Saru's first vision. Speaking of Saru, the triggering of his sense of oncoming death was a nice bit of writing, but call back to the previous character development. These visions were brought on by the mysterious dust on the ground. I realise when I say mysterious a lot in this video review, but you have to agree with me that everything is kind of a mystery at this point in Star Trek Discovery, so just stick with me. Do you agree with me that it looks very Flood-esque? You've not seen the episode yet, so I don't know why I'm asking you, but very Flood-esque. Here we go.
Since the trailer come out.
Yeah. The science explanation of it being complex hydrocarbons is something I really liked as it gave more depth to what was actually going on in the episode. Star Trek has always been good at this, but I felt this episode just hammered it home even more so. Species 10C's development is the shining point of this episode for me. It shows that whoever, or should I say whatever they are, it's something that Starfleet and the Federation have not actually encountered nor come across before. Additionally, it looks and seems to be something that us as an audience has not come across before either. I'm personally super excited for what's in the next episode and what it will hold. It seems that the 10C are massive sentient creatures, and the fact that home planet was previously a gas giant is fascinating. The xenoanthropology on display in this episode is really cool. Trying to find cultured context of species 10C from their agriculture and how things are done. Figuring out that the structure they are inside is a nursery and such. It was cool to see Burnham use her xenoanthropology side. Book and Tarka scenes made a lot more sense this week, rather than the drawn out character development in last week's episode. Their plans to infiltrate the Discovery is something I did not expect, and personally I would have thought that Zora should have been able to detect them straight away. But with their sci-fi tech, that's how we're going to call it, it blocked her scanners, and I presume this sci-fi tech, in blocking Zora's sensors, also blocked the cameras on board the ship in areas they were in, unless they just weren't working that day. But Star Trek's always had a fascinating mix of shipboard cameras being both useful and terribly unuseful at the same time. One thing which I guess strikes me as odd, in this episode which is a convenience, but has also been a case on other episodes, specifically in Season 1 of the show, is how an entire deck of a ship can be empty. This was the case in Season 1 when Vok killed Culber, which I guess was explained by maintenance being done on that deck due to the journey to the mirror universe. And perhaps this is the case of this episode. This deck was vacated due to the damage from a journey through the galactic barrier, but it seems quite convenient, especially when Discovery has delegates on board as well. How Tarka managed to subdue Jet Reno and take a captive aboard Book's ship is a mystery to me, though I want to see if she gets a cool breakout scene in the next few episodes or such. Now that would be rather fun if you ask me. I have to say though, talking about Reno, I really did like her in this episode, as I do every episode. We found out she likes Raktajino, Klingon coffee, and she's a nice moment with Adira talking about people, especially Detmer. A quite prevalent theme in this episode is it's okay to not be okay, and not be in control for 5 minutes. it's illogical to expect that you should be okay every single day. And I think this message is done very well in this episode, and perhaps connects with viewers as a whole. Book's negotiations, if we can call it that, with General Ndoye is interesting, and I don't know what they are going for, but I'm still not a big fan of it. It makes sense, don't get me wrong, but with Ndoye asking Book and Tarka to let diplomacy go first, before going with a plan to disable and steal the power source of the DMA, it's the exact same thing that happened 2 weeks ago. The Book agreed to this, but he agreed to stand down and use his more aggressive plan as a last resort, and Tarka did not follow through with this. So I might expect that Book just expects Tarka to go along with this plan, especially now that we know the length Tarka will go to get the power source, and why. Okay, a couple of notes. A concern of mine right now is that Star Trek Discovery is now undershadowed due to Star Trek Picard airing at the same time. Personally, I think Paramount has dropped the ball in scheduling content here. While having Star Trek on at all the same time is not a totally new thing, having both episodes air the same day at the same time is rather weird, as I feel like the casual viewer is going to forget about one or another. We're already seeing people asking if Discovery is getting more episodes, not aware that we still got episode 11, 12 and 13 to finish off season 4. Yes, Discovery and Picard are two different shows, so sometimes the cross audience is not always there. But it's clear right now that season 2 of Picard has taken the stage and centre focus, not only for some fans, but also Paramount as well. Last week's The Ready Room focused massively on Star Trek Picard, whereas Discovery was pushed out the back. Would it have really hurt Paramount to push Star Trek Picard 3 more weeks to allow for Discovery to finish its season 4 in style, and get the attention that it does deserve at the end of the day? The same thing is going to happen with Picard season 2's ending and the premiere of Strange New Worlds. Hopefully this issue fixes itself in the future, but I just want to highlight a concern of mine. Please let me know where you stand on this point down below in the comments. Before we do wrap up this video, I need to mention Dr. Harare, played by Hiroyo Kanagawa, who is actually becoming a character I really like. I just wish we got more of him in the episode. We get some great scenes of him in this episode, where he's not really understanding why he should be nice, as he's usually pretty blunt. But we see by the end he is trying to help people feel at ease, which is a really sweet moment, even if slightly funny at the same time. Hopefully as we get into communication with 10C, Harari will come more into the forefront as a character needing to help communications go well. Overall, this is a much slower paced episode, but I enjoyed it for what it was. We do only have 2 more episodes of Star Trek Discovery Season 4 left, so it'll be interesting to see where the story goes from here, but hopefully they don't rush it too much, and it'll be interesting to see how actiony the final is. I suppose we'll have to see what actions Book and Tarka take, and whether Discovery and the 10C could maybe work together to come to an understanding. Who knows? Then again, given the mid-season trailer where we see Federation HQ blowing up and the Discovery blowing up as per usual, something tells me it doesn't go to plan. Either way, I'm loving it. But what do you think of the latest episode of Star Trek Discovery Season 4? Let us know your honest opinions via the video comment section below. Because if you are talking about Star Trek, then we want to hear about it. Like usual, if you want to keep up to date on all the latest Star Trek news, lore and more, then make sure to hit that subscribe button to never miss a video from the team here at Trek Central. You can of course follow us on social media or join our community Discord server. Hey, we even have a Twitter communities feature now, so come on over. Alright my friends, that's it for myself. I've been Captain Jack, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Live long and prosper. Goodbye.